Hey everyone, I'm Tino from I Paint Kitchen Cabinets here at ipaintoldhouses.com, and welcome to my workshop. So today we're going to cover the process of, hey Tino, how do you refinish my cabinets? So here it goes. The first step is very important. It is the cleaning process. I like a good degreaser. So Spray 9 or TSP are fantastic. We spray the cabinet doors down really well. And then hey, I love power tools. So we've got these great spin brushes that attach to our drills. And we power scrub your doors down really well, both sides, and then it's on to rinsing them with some clean water. And this is all done over in my washing station. So clean water and some clean microfiber cloths. We wipe them all down and we let them dry. The next step is power sanding, because of course I love my power tools. So we do a really good solid power sanding of both sides to get them prepped and ready and to give them some tooth for the primer to bite to. And once that's all done, we vacuum them down, we wipe them down, and we move on to repairs. Very important to check all the doors and drawers for repairs. You may have some scratches, you may have some scrapes, you may have some dents. So I like to use Dyna Patch for my filler. It's a great filler for wood and metal. And from there, we may have to do a little bit of caulking, inside the seams or any gaps or any cracks that need filling. We like to go with a good caulking. From there, once that's all dry and set, we'll check over everything, we'll hand sand our patches, and it's on to primer. Tino, what kind of primer do you use? Well, I use two different types of primers. Depending on the condition of the doors, I generally go for Benjamin Moore's Sticks waterborne urethane primer. This is a fantastic primer. It sands really well, it sticks to the surface really well. Very high quality primer. You can check this out at benjaminmoore.com. And sometimes, unfortunately, the older kitchens, the older cabinet doors, well, they've got grease contamination. So how do we fix that? Hey Tino, how do you fix grease contamination? Well, I like to call it kicking it old school. How do I kick it old school? Well, oil-based primer. What I have here is a Zinsser All Prime. This is a fantastic odorless oil-based primer. I love to work with this. Again, great adhesion, blocks stains, blocks wood resins, and any type of grease contamination that may come through the paint or the primer. This will block it right from the get-go. So sometimes I just end up reaching for this first. Then the next question, hey Tino, what kind of top coat do you use? What's the finish? Well, I love Benjamin Moore, and I love Benjamin Moore Scuff X. And this is the paint right here. This is a waterborne acrylic, and it's all in the name, Scuff X. This is a scuff-resistant top coat. So once it's cured for about a week to 10 days, this could take a pretty good beating, and it is quite scuff-resistant. So you have to make a pretty good effort to scuff this one up, and it cleans really well. So that's the process. But another question is, hey Tino, do you spray my doors or do you slap it on with a big old brush? No, I most certainly don't slap it on with a big old brush. I use HVLP. We spray HVLP in my shop, in my spray booth. And that ensures me that really gorgeous, smooth, glass-like finish. So if you know what orange peel is, if you look at the peel of an orange or a lemon or a grapefruit, it's the painter's worst nightmare, whether it be a kitchen cabinet refinisher like myself or a car painter. We strive for excellence, and we want that smooth glass-like finish, and the best way to achieve that is with the HVLP spraying system, and for a really high quality, classic and crisp finish on the cabinets. So that's the process of doing kitchen cabinet doors. The primer will dry overnight. The primer is then sanded to perfection, of course, and then we start building up our top coats. So the Scuff X would be sprayed possibly 2 to 3 coats to build up that nice, smooth, solid, thick, glass-like finish. Then it stays on my drying racks for 3 days after the final coat so that it can harden up just enough and cure up just enough so we can get your doors and drawers into some foam bags, wrap them up, and transport them back to the job site. And maybe I'm making it sound kind of easy, maybe not, I don't know, but it is a lot of work to refinish kitchen cabinets. I want to talk quickly about the on-site work inside of your kitchen, and by that I mean possibly the crown moldings above your kitchen cabinets, the side panels of your cabinets, kick plates, the edge banding, and little pieces of trim in between the cabinet boxes. How does that get done? Me personally, I like to do all of that by hand. That is cleaned and wet sanded on site by hand. And then the primer is applied with a velour roller, V-E-L-O-U-R, if you want to Google these. They are a great product. So the primer is applied with a velour roller. When it's dry, it's sanded with 220 grit, sometimes even up to 320 grit, depending on the cabinetry. And then from there, we start building up very smooth coats of the finished product. We use the exact same paint. So if we're using Scuff X Pearl for your cabinet doors, well, we'll dip right into the same paint on the job site with the Scuff X Pearl for the on-site cabinetry and frames, panels, boxes, and trims. And then the question comes, well, hey Tino, is the hand painted application going to look like my super smooth, gorgeous cabinet doors and drawers? Yes, absolutely it is. I stand by my work. Myself and the guys who work for me, my workers, are all trained by me. So we all know how to apply a really good finish, sand between coats, and do it by hand. The reason for that is I really don't like spraying in people's home. It just causes a lot of overspray and a lot of dust and a lot of mess. So we try to keep that down by wet sanding and doing the on-site work by hand. It absolutely matches the finish on the doors, and you will love it. I hope that covers your questions, but of course, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. If there's anything that you feel I haven't covered here, there is some notes in my website about how long the process takes. You know, it generally takes a week to 10 days, depending on the size of your cabinets. If it's a really big job, that could probably take a couple of weeks. But other than that, that's about it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed my little video, my little intro. I hope you've gained some valuable information and some insight into how this process happens. Thanks so much for watching my video and checking out my website, and we will see you soon on the job site. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.